Hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. Thank y'all for showing up today. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel, where we are focused on everybody being all around natural beauty and just healing and all that good stuff there. And we're just excited because we're just putting this together. We're building this community, and each day we're getting more and more information on our dear soul sister, Miss Shanquella Robinson. And today, has just been evolving all throughout the day. There's been some new breaking news that we're going to put out there. All right, we got some people coming in here. I see Jackie Barty. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Y'all go ahead and do me a favor. Hit the like button on your way in here because we got a lot of talking to do. And today's video has just been every hour or so, just been getting more and more different information. And we're going to have some breaking news, I'm pretty sure, later tonight from the lead attorney. So I'm just super excited because we're going to get some questions answered. Like yesterday, for those of y'all who was here with me last night, it kept coming out in the chat. We had questions about, if they were telling us stories or not, like if they were being honest, these reporters over there from Mexico. All right, we got some more people coming in. Hey, Ty Lieber says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. And we're giving roses out over here, all right, for our beauties. Thank you so much, Ty Lieber, for that. And so for today, when I got online and was seeing that, a lot of people, not just us, were feeling, like we were being misled. We weren't being told the true story, and we're just, given a pile of poop. So today we're going to look at some videos and we're going to get some questions answered. And I'm just super excited because things are going to be moving on, and, we're not going to just sleep on this. One of the exciting things that we do over here, like I just want to give a shout out too for last night's session. It was so wonderful and so therapeutic because, this has really been affecting a lot of people. A lot of people have been affected by this because of our own traumas and stuff that we need to identify and heal from. And we were able to put our fingers on that last night and had a wonderful live. It was very rewarding for me. I felt good about that. That was extremely good. So I just want to take a moment too to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all the new nurses who have been subscribing to me and representing for the nursing community and the medical field and all that stuff. It just really, really warms my heart because I know that, we've been holding back a lot for years, especially in the nursing field, because a lot of things that, we do have to stay in there. What happens in the field stays in the field. All right, thank y'all for showing up here. Okay, Rebel Man. All right, good morning to all. That's right, you're over there in Australia where it's morning. It's afternoon, late afternoon over here. We're approaching the evening. But thank you for joining us again, Rebel Man. Appreciate your support. All right, thank you so much. There we go. Keeping up the love in here. Superstar Graham, all right, good evening there too. So, like I said, I'm just really getting fired up about this because every time, you start feeling like, things aren't happening, more and more people with this whole social media, internet, and all that stuff, they're not able to get away with, giving us a little story and then, things die down. People are being able to see through this stuff. And because we lifting our voices and actually speaking out, they have no choice but to, hear us. So I appreciate all of the voices that we are here to lift up. Really appreciate it. Kyliba says, shout out to the new subscribers and welcome. Yes, welcome. We are here to love and support one another on our own self journey to self-love, to be able to love other people, right? So we have established over here that you need to love yourself first. All right, I'm loving these roses that's going out there. In case is a miss. I'm disappointed. Yeah. So again, I don't even know if we were at the status of a case, because we were all concerned about, is the person actually really arrested, because we didn't have any type of proof. Nobody was really for sure. And so, now we're questioning, because we're getting lately, the information that we've been receiving has been from the Mexican media. So those were questions that we, were having and stuff. So I got some really good videos set up too, because one of the other things that we've been talking about all week on this platform is that seems like every live, the question comes up of where people are questioning, the gender of Dejanay. And then we had conversation last night where we're talking about, sometimes that field of people have problems with anger and, putting women in jeopardy and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a valid concern that people have, and, it keeps coming up. So what I wanted to do was to play a video, and then, so we can tie it together, because everything happens for a reason, and there's reason for all this stuff, and it's a reason why people felt like they saw something or something like that. Subconscious mind is very powerful and sees all. All right, Ty Lieber at Rebel Man says, good morning. All right, we're going to take you where you're at. So subscribe this morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the sub. Teresa Edwards says, your lives are awesome. Yay, justice for Shanquella. Thank you all. Thank you to all of the nurses. Yes. I'm so grateful that we nurses are getting, commitment and people really respecting the field and stuff. Because for a long time, y'all really wasn't doing that. We didn't really start getting no type of notoriety until the pandemic. But I'm just grateful that we were getting it now and stuff like that too. But thank y'all for supporting and shouting out the nurses. Yes. And Ty Lieber says, let's get the likes up. Okay, yeah, I can see. Well, yeah, we pretty, y'all doing good. Y'all doing good. Keep it up. So I'm just excited about how this show is kind of going. That's why, the title has been, so it's been changing throughout the day, because I just felt like certain videos, these are very short videos, and they are pertinent to what we're, what's going on here today and stuff like that. And that I, finding these little nuggets, and then a super nugget, for later on tonight on the lead attorney's channel. He is a 20-year attorney. He has a YouTube channel, and he has been on top of this case, and he speaks Spanish, and he's got a direct connection with this Geraldo reporter guy, over there in Mexico. So, we can, all the questions and things that we were having last night, we can, put them together. And that way, when we go over there to that live, we'll be armed with our questions, and then we'll have the unity of all the beauties over there to support, Shanquella, to make sure that we're getting justice and we getting answers to what's been going on, and to these stories they've been showing us in the social media. So thank y'all for showing up. All right, we got more and more people coming in here, and then we're going to get started with the first video. And like I said, okay. Here we go. Rebel Man says, I'm not a nurse, but have worked with medical imaging. Okay, yeah. So you're all part of the community and stuff. Part of the community. We all work together, in the medical field and stuff like that. So grateful for everybody who's supporting and representing the medical field. It's awesome field to be in. So I'm going to shout out a few new subscribers while we wait for a few more people to get in. Then we're going to start off with a video from a new show that I just found today. This popular YouTuber, the Philip Scott Show. And it was a real interesting video. And yeah, we're going to play that. And then I'm going to tie in those questions and all those kind of things too. I think I'm going to show y'all the video first, and then I'm going to break down that anatomy again afterwards. Yeah. I think that'll be smart. That'll be smart. That way I won't feel like I'm trying to sway um y'all's um y'all's thoughts about it. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and open up that video. Is that the one there? Let me see here. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, so there's a little commercial playing. We get ready to share the screen here. And this video is from the Philip Scott show. And the description is in the link is in the description box for that video. And so y'all be able to see it too. But I'm about to share the screen.
And it did nothing for you. Sure, CBD products are good for some people in some uses, but it really doesn't get you.
Let me know if y'all can hear that
for you.
before I share the screen here.
You high. And it's not that paranoid.
You know, in 2022.
Right. Whoops. Okay, I'm not sharing screen. Here we go. Share the screen. Perfect. All right. Ooh, it's a lot of comments. Okay, here we go. This is the Philip Scott show, and the title of this video is "Sister Warn Trans Women Not to Play a Dangerous Game by not disclosing their trans to straight men." All right. Y'all can hear me? That's what that yes is for? Good. All right. So here we go. It's 11 minutes. All right. So it's a very important video. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
We live in a strange time. I remember back in the day, there are people definitely were in the LGBT community. They always have been around. But there was kind of just, you know, you would have to know exactly where those circles are at to, you know, kind of, you know, engage in some things. But today, everything's out in the open. Now, there's one sister going to tell a story about something that we have seen many times before, just looking in the news about this trans woman, because some of them think it's funny trying to fool men who are straight and don't engage in any kind of LGBT behavior. Let's go ahead and review it.
A quick story, similar to the transgender Hennessy. I had a friend many, many years ago who was.
No, there was this, I think that's the one she's talking about. There was this trans, you know, woman that was out here, you know, putting out all these guys that they were fooling with. And, you know, this particular one was working at a strip club. Nobody knew this was a trans woman. I think this one had to actually opt the gender reassignment surgery, not the ones who are, you know, didn't have the surgery. But yeah, that's a big scandal going on with that one. And, you know, if y'all interested in hearing that scandal, we can talk about that here, because fooling straight men and thinking it's a joke to fool them, you're playing a dangerous game. But let's continue.
Wow. Transgender male becoming female. And let's just call her Destiny. And so she would pick up dudes in a bar and would not disclose to them that she was a male. And she would come.
Very dangerous to do and just downright wrong. You should disclose, you know, hey, listen, this is my situation. Are you cool with that? And that would be the end of the problem.
Work and tell stories about her encounters with the men and their, you know, nights, their little rendezvous. I remember vividly telling her one day she's going to pick up the wrong one. So one day I was on my way to work. I used to work outside the office, going in and out, doing audits and things like that. And my then boyfriend called me and asked me if I had heard from Destiny. And I told him, I said, no, I haven't talked to them. And he said, well, she hasn't come to work yet. And then he asked me if I heard from her roommate. Let's just call the roommate Scott. So I told him, no, I haven't heard from Scott either. So I just hang up the phone and go about my regular work. Then my cell phone rings again, and it's my then boyfriend. And he says to me that Destiny was killed. So of course I'm in denial of it. And I'm like, well, I'm driving to their house because I knew where they lived and I had been to their house before. And he was begging me, don't go over there. Don't go over there. Please don't go over there because the police are there. He then puts our department mother on the phone, and she begs me. She's like, baby, do not go over to that house because the police are there. I was devastated. What I found out had happened was, once again, Destiny had picked up a guy at a bar and did not disclose that she was a male. She always had this tendency to come home drunk, stumbling, falling over things, and breaking lamps from just walking up the stairs. So that night, her roommate assumed that she was drunk. He was in his bedroom asleep. He had no idea that she had brought company home, and all the crashing and the banging and the booming was him, the guy, murdering Destiny. Scott didn't get out of the bed to check on Destiny. He just assumed she was just drunk off her ass, making all this noise. Little did he know, she was in the room getting strangled to death.
Wow.
The next morning, Scott awakened, walked into Destiny's bedroom, found her under the sheet, came in the room to say we were going to be late for work. He pulls the sheet back and finds Destiny dead. That's why you transgender people need to disclose what you were beforehand.
Yeah, that's tragic. You know what happened.
All right, so the reason why y'all may be thinking, like, why is she playing this? The reason why is because it's come up too many times, and multiple other YouTubers are reporting, it's been suspicious. People are questioning the gender, right? All these things are relevant. We see how people feel a certain way. And then last night, for those of you who was on the show, we had a common sense expert to come up here to say how that community of people are, extra violent towards women. There's some things up in there. And then we also heard that they're, calling this a femicide. And then, we had read the definition of femicide, and it's just all these different things, right? So people were kind of questioning this, and it's a reason why. Like, now let's listen to what this gentleman is saying about it. He's tying it up. Now, he is a male, right? Obviously a heterosexual male. I'm even not allowed to say that word. But anyway, he's going to give his perception on this, right? So y'all can see that's not coming biased from us women, because, we get told. Anyway, go ahead.
Very, very tragic. But, you need to let people know, because some of them say, well, why should I have to say anything? I am a woman, XYZ. This is how I identify and all of that. And that may be, how you feel, but if you're going to sit up here and try to fool with men that want to be with women.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. On that note, I'm about to show this here. All right. So remember the other day, I think it was yesterday, I had showed y'all the skeleton, right? And we had talked about the difference, because just because a person can get cosmetic surgery, they could have a reassignment surgery. All those things are just topical, right? Because we established that if you find bones, right? We find these bones in the woods, that they are able to determine the sex of the victim of the bones. They're able to determine the sex, and if it was male or woman, by this here pelvis bone here, because this, for those of you who have taken anatomy and physiology, and had to study the bones and stuff, that the difference in the skeleton is in this here pelvic bone, because we're designed to carry babies, right? So that's why we have to have this little curvature in our spine, and our pelvis has to be tilted so it's like a bucket to be able to hold the baby in there, right? So, and this part here has to expand for childbirth, right? See, the pelvis dilate to 10 centimeters, right? So this here could not be accomplished on a transgender individual. If you have a XY chromosome, you will have a skeleton that is different from an XX chromosome, right? So we wanted to establish that. And here's the proof on that. So maybe one of the reasons why a straight guy might get offended at that is because it's different inside. We had said, remember last night when I was telling y'all about the transgender who was shot, and we were going to do the surgery on him, and had to have a different setup because males and females are different on the inside, right? So, again, and then we talked about, delusional thinking and things like that, that if you have a child that is anorexic, right? Anorexic people starve themselves because they see themselves as overweight and fat, right? They do things like excessive exercising, they starve themselves, they do all these things. And as a parent, you would take your child to get help, right? We're not taught to agree with delusional thinking, right? Because we look at the child, and if they're underweight because they're starving themselves, would you tell that child that, that says, oh, I'm a fat cow? Would you agree with the child and say, yes, you are, or anybody, even an adult who's having delusional thinking? We are not taught to support delusional thinking. We're supposed to redirect the person to reality, right? But we don't do that when it comes to the transgender. So why are they any special, right? We would have to redirect that individual who's suffering from anorexia. We know that that's a mental situation that needs to be dealt with, right? So we wouldn't go around telling everybody to say, oh, so-and-so thinks she's fat, so when you see her, make sure you call her a fat cow because she believes she's fat. Okay, when you see her, make sure you call her a fat cow because she thinks she's fat. We don't do that. We wouldn't do that. So why are we going around telling everybody that my son identifies as a female, so make sure you call him her, and all these things, right? Why are we doing that? I feel like we're being gaslit by society to be controlled a certain way, right? I mean, come on, like why else would we do that? And then we're sitting up here. Okay, that's another little soapbox. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out there because I'm going somewhere with this here. So the other story. So what do y'all think about that first? Like I said, it's been coming up. Let me go up here and see if I had some comments or questions on this here thing. Oh, all right. Beverly Foster says, hi, could someone tell me why that reporter Geraldo is wearing a white bubble jacket and in hot behind Mexico? That's a good question. And like I said, too, the lead attorney is going to be going live later tonight with this guy on, so we may have access to get some questions and stuff answered. This is one here. I hadn't seen the picture with the outfit that you're talking about on here, but yes, good question here. Rebel Man says, have you all hit the like for today's good vibes? Thank you so much. All right, I appreciate that. Let's see if Rebel Man has a wrench over here. Yes. All right, perfect. All right, so here's our sound check was good. All right, thanks, Beverly. We give them some hearts and loves over here. All right, Ty Lieber as well. All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate the support in the chat here at Beverly Fosters. I think he came to the U.S. and not acclimated to the weather. So was the picture of Geraldo is here? Or I thought he was in Mexico. All right. Okay. OMG. Was that to the slaughtering of the transgender who didn't identify himself? Let's see. Copyright disclaimer. All right. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Thank you very much, Ty Lieber, for making sure that we give out the copyright disclaimer. Appreciate that. All right. So let's see, where else was I at? And that was one of the new things that's kind of, changing up how we were thinking as far as like, are they telling us lies? Are these real truths and stuff like that? Because we were trying to look for some stories from our local newses like ABC or CBS or something like that. And we were all having difficulty in getting those things, getting any type of access from that. So I'm going to kind of fast through this commercial here, but I'm put it on mute so y'all won't be bothered with the noise. And then here we go. And then we're going to finish out what Mr. Philip Scott has to say. It's only a few more minutes, y'all, but I think it's super interesting that we, that we listen to this from a male's perspective, right? It's super important, again, to tie in the reason why women, and then we saw last night that common sense experts also was, reluctant to address those transgenders. We were saying that, men were being arrested or, could be in trouble by having, any type of contact with them. If, it's like they have special rights, right? Let's see here. A new person up in here. Helen Henry said, if Ty Lieber says, tossing roses to the chat. Thank you so much. I love those roses. I can smell them. All right, so we're going to get back here and let Mr. Scott finish his story here. One moment, y'all.
Say something. Because usually from what I've seen over the years of these stories, is usually two instances why a guy will flip out and, take you out of here. One, you tricked him. You had your surgeries, you tricked him, and by the time he got there, he found something else in your pants that wasn't supposed to be there, and he just lost it because I was sitting up here kissing a man.
Right.
No,
the space will be different too.
Kiss a man, don't want to have any relation with a man in that way. Straight men love women and everything about a woman. Straight men say it's nothing about a man I like. Nothing in that area. The second kind of guy that would, do something to a trans woman is a guy who do engage in that behavior, but he's closeted with it. And when this trans woman say, "Oh, well, I'm going to expose you before the world," a lot of times that triggers them to, take them out of here too. That's like the two instances that
Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop there because some of the other talk that I was hearing was that Shanquella was in the process of exposing some of them. Had anybody heard that she was in the process of exposing, some, hanky-panky kind of stuff going on between people that was identified as, something other? Nobody heard that? I saw a few videos and people were, connecting those dots together. Right? No, nobody heard that. I was the only one. I just can't believe that I was the only one that heard that. Where my glass? Nobody heard that for real. But anyway, I just think that it's significant that he said, that there's two things that could happen as a result of that, right? And if it's true that she, learned something was going to expose it, maybe somebody, like you said, it's, two incidents, and they both made sense to me, and I could actually see both reasons, right? It's always usually a reason for things that make worse. But yeah, what are y'all thinking here? Yes, Sylvia Claiborne. All right, hello, welcome to the chat. It's a new name. All right, and Helen Henry says, if Shanquella had $17,000 cash on her, why didn't they pay the $5,000 to take her to the hospital? No excuses. They all need to get life in prison. Yes, that's a good point there. That just shows too that it was all lies, right? Or they didn't care. Like they didn't want to use her money to save her because they, knew that there was nothing to save, right? Right? Because if we believe the death certificate, which we had learned, I think a couple of days ago, that there may or may not even be a real autopsy that was done, and that a death certificate is different than an autopsy report, and they were doing the word salad, word play, and interchanging these words to where it was even affecting us. Like I had noticed I was using the terms interchangeably because I didn't know that they were two different. So yeah, greed. Exactly. Let's see. I heard it. Yep. You got somebody else agreeing with you. Sylvia says, I heard it. And Ty Lieber says, I heard that. Oh, okay. No, y'all heard that. Okay, what I was saying. Thank you. I be a little late sometimes with the chat, but now I see what y'all talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's why I'm playing this video. Like it seems like it's kind of off the subject, but this is relevant because this kind of thing, you know, we know it, we're talking about it because we saw on the video what happened with Shanquella, but what about the many other victims that this has happened to that, you know, went unnoticed, right? That you know, that just was another, you know, another body count or something, right? So that's why I think it's important that we, you know, show the thing that if there is something out there that could be viewed and to help us connect the dots, then, you know, we're going to do that. We need to do that. That I heard that, but she knew the pronoun of her best friend, Kylie. So was so are this person's genders in question too? I wonder if it was like I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I don't know. But like I said, these are valid questions. These are valid concerns, right? Because if this is true, then, you know, we got to be aware of those kind of things. So if you are in company with people like that, that there's a chance that, you know, something negative could happen, right? Because if we're allowing the person with delusional thinking to lead the way, you know what I mean? Like, when would we be listening to the person with the anorexia, right? About how to eat and stuff, right? When would we let that person dictate how the meals should go and how when would that happen? But we do this, you know, right? Delusional thinking is delusional thinking, right? I mean, I hope you guys are seeing like where I'm coming from with this, because, you know, even in our nursing education, you know, we do study psych nurse and stuff like that. And, you know, have to learn how to take care of people like with, you know, schizophrenia and stuff like that, that have hallucinations and delusions. Never are we taught to agree with the delusional thinking or the hallucinations. And it happens to older people too, right? You know, they have sometimes get hospital delirium, right? And they may see their puppy dog or their old cat or a cow, something, right? You know, it ain't no cow over there, but you're not supposed to agree with the person. You say, I know that you see a cow over there. However, such and such, there is no cow there. I'm in the room. There's no cow in here. I do not see the cow. You don't agree with the delusional thinking. I do not see a woman trapped in a boy's body. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't do that. You wouldn't do that to your child for other reasons, but yet you would do it to a child to promote some other agenda. So we just need to wake up and think about who we are allowing to lead us, right? we letting them make these rules and stuff, and then they protect it. So you can't even really say nothing about it. It's like, you know, we letting, you know, who's in charge here? Okay. All right. Sylvia says, Kylie, who is her BRD? I don't know those initials, y'all. I'm 51, so some of this young people talk, I really don't know. BRD, best something. I don't know. Somebody let me know what that means up in the chat here. Let the old lady know. Shanquella's best friend, Kylie, is you. Okay. Huh. They were roommates in college. Okay. So, you know, for all those people that be chiming up in here trying to be offended that people are questioning this, like, if this person, the best friend, is this here G word, right? So it's not like it's highly unlikely that they would be in contact with some people from that community, right? That's not like a far-fetched, lofty dream or so far off, right? So, but at least if we put light on this, and we could start protecting ourselves, because not only are women, in a dangerous situation here too, some of these men are, because I'm pretty sure, the man who had to unalive the Destiny person that she's talking about in that video didn't wake up that morning saying, yeah, I'm gonna go, send somebody to the upper room, right? But when you are tricked like that, just we heard what this brother said, you just never know what's going to happen, right? So now that person, then, it's dangerous for them too, because now you have possibly traded your freedom, because you have to pay for that, for the crime and stuff, right? So this is a serious situation, and light definitely needs to be shed on it. And we shouldn't have to be keeping our mouths shut and hold secrets while people with delusional thinking is their views and points are respected, but other people, we don't get no respect. All right, I get no respect here. Ty Lever says, here's another one of these things. I'm a something. One patient said her husband was standing next to me, looking he's expired. Okay, I know I'm messing that all up. Okay, lady. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm trying. And Sylvia says her best friend is an openly gay man. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. So, it at least gives me a little, peace to know that, it's not a lofty, when people keep coming up with this possible, we're concerned about people's genders and stuff. All right, got welcome. The red lipstick hustler Lily says hi. Hello, let's give her some roses. Welcome. All right, Talib says, okay, thank you. So, that's the L, laughing okay. I think I learned that one. I forgot that one. Okay, thank you so much for hipping me. Sometimes I get nervous about that kind of stuff. And laughing okay, I got that. Funny. All right, so we still got a few more minutes, and we're gonna finish up. But whenever I see these little points, it's like I want to just take a pause just so to connect the dots, so y'all don't think I'm just trying to attack a community or something like that. And they do that too, so people don't, right? So it's just ways so we can not get justice here. So let's go ahead and finish sharing. Here we go.
I've seen constantly on when things happen to trans women, but the tricking and there's another term they called it. I think they said stealthing or something like that. If you trying to just trick these straight men and not try to fool, I guess, the men that want to engage in that behavior with you, you're playing a very dangerous game. Very, very dangerous game. So if you're doing that, please stop. Because like this sister said, you're going to meet the wrong one, and it's not going to be a good thing for you. I mean, I'm so glad that I'm a married man of almost 11 years.
All right.
I'm not out there like some of you men are, looking for women. Because see, that's the thing about the trans thing and why a lot of men are getting fooled. At one point in time in America, look, just go back and even look at the music videos from the 90s. I was like, I was in the gym. I was on a treadmill. And I was looking at, it was an Emery, that song, One Thing. I was watching the video, Common, Come Close, Mary J. Blige. What was the video I was watching? Donnell Jones, you know what's up. There was a video right there, Left Eye. If you just go look at the videos and look at the women and how they was presented, how they looked in that time period, natural beauty. Okay. And usually even that time period when you had trans women, you would know they're trans because the makeup they was doing, everything was just eccentric with them. They look like a caricature of a woman versus real natural, biological women. But today we have biological women doing so much fake things to themselves that unfortunately, a lot of you guys who's dating a trans woman and a biological woman look the same now.
Y'all
Because
hear
they were
that?
getting the same surgeries, they wearing the same makeup, everything's the same. Now they got all this medical advancements with, all this hormone therapy they're giving them now, and taking away like a deep voice like mine and making them sound like a lady and all of that with all this hormone therapy.
Right.
And,
I'm just going to pause right there just to say that, okay, so remember how I was telling y'all, because I know he has a point there as far as like a lot of men may even be a little scared about how do you recognize, how can you tell, especially when some of them are going out there tricking you, right? Those are narcissistic type moves when they wear this mask and try to pretend to be somebody that they're not, right? So one way to tell is, like I said, the skeleton is always the same. There's no getting around that. So you can check the back. A real female is going to have a curve in the back. So put your when you check that small of the back, see how that back feel. That's a good way. Y'all remember that movie Ray Charles where he would grab the lady's wrist to see if she was fine or not, right? So there's certain bones that you can touch and feel to check to see, right? Because brother Philip Scott here is correct. Like, it is hard to tell, right? But there are certain things that you have to look for, right? And get past all of the makeup, get past all of the hormones where you're going to have fat deposited. Y'all need to stop this looking at the booty and look at those hips, right? Females, real females, we're curvy. We are, we make curves. Men make like squares and boxes and squares and stuff. So if you see that straight back, be suspicious, and then just check that back. If you don't feel no arch, I would, keep it moving, keep it moving, right? Or just flat out ask, when you were born, did you have a Y chromosome? Remember, XX chromosome equals female, biological female, and XY is a male, right? And so you can feel however you want to feel, but the reality is the reality. And we are here about living in reality. We're not going to be supporting delusional thinking, because that is incorrect. That's incorrect behavior to support delusional thinking. All right. And Ty Lieber says at Red Lipstick Hustler, welcome with a rose for the beauties. All right. And Ty Lieber says, remember to smash the like button. Yes, remember to smash the like button. Thank you so much. And he's right. Philip Scott being right. I agree. This is my first time to, I don't know how the algorithm fed this video to me, but I appreciate it too for sending it to me, because this guy is correct. And I really like, he does an excellent job too with these videos. Very nice video, and he's doing a good job. He is correct. And I was grateful that he shed light on that, because it helped me to see, because I was wondering, I was like, why is everybody, saying that? It's because, like I said, your subconscious knows what it sees, right? Your subconscious kind of can tell, right? But he's correct with all these different surgeries and stuff like that. People are forgetting the actual body frame of a real woman, right? Like I said, check that back. Check the back, and if it ain't got no little curve in it, send it back. If you are, looking for a real woman, right? And hey, M Mac, you can't even tell. You can't even tell by the hair. Most women wearing wigs and weaves, you don't know until it's too late. That is true. That's true. And I feel for some of you men out there, because it's easy to, y'all get distracted. Y'all get distracted. Y'all are driven by a whole other motivation. And I think that's probably how the transgendered people are able to exploit that in y'all, because just y'all instinct to go, seek it out, to go seek, seek the real peppers. And you can see too, how it's made differently, right? See there, this here, the womb is so different. So it's just like getting a tattoo, right? I'm talking about the people when they get these reassignment surgeries. You can't do that, right? These are doctors, right? They're not God, right? They don't understand the whole nervous system and all that stuff. Who knows? I mean, like you probably risking all kind of stuff if you start to mutilate your genitalia. Like, who's going to ensure that you're going to even be able to achieve a climax if you go slice off your? I mean, okay. Anyway, let me see. Okay, I just wanted to go that little route there because I know it is out there and people are, wanting to know how this is going down, especially some of y'all men, like I said, that's been tricked. And then now you're forced to be in a position where you got to kill somebody, unalive somebody or, hurt them bad or something like that. You know what I mean? Somebody, so that's why check the back first before you even, and just ask. Sometimes you might just have to flat out look them in the eye and ask, And now they're trying to change the law, let people change their birth certificates and stuff, right? Just to keep us confused. So we need to be staying aware of this kind of stuff, y'all. We need to stay aware of this kind of stuff. All right. So here, Rebel Man says, so right, men have no hips. Yeah. So when you see the transgender people that's taking the hormones, they'll have, it'll be a fat booty, but it'll be really straight and, right. And then the widest part is going to be up high. Women hips are going to be low, right? They're going to be low below the crotch because remember, we got to deliver the baby, right? So that's why our hips our hips are low because, the baby got to come out, right? And the men, theirs are high because no baby's coming out, right? So that's how you can tell. They can take the hormones and it'll deposit fat in different areas, change the tones of the vocal cords, you know what I mean? They'll change those kind of things like that. However, you cannot change the skeleton. And that's how you're able to tell. Even this here clavicle bone, they're longer because men, their shoulders extend out. That's why, like women, when we walk, we have to kind of swing our arms to kind of keep up because, we don't have that extension. So that's what gives them a longer reach, and arms will be longer too. So there's certain physical bodies, like even a tall woman is still going to have, that S shape in the back, because she's got to have a uterus and all that stuff. Like we were designed a special way, like, you know what I mean? These doctors and stuff, they can do all kind of, ectomies and slice off stuff and cut off things and try to, do a plasty and make us, but it's not real. It's not going to work, right? It's not going to work. It's not going to even feel the same entering into a pelvis that's not wide enough to hold in the womb. And that's going to, so, you're not going, it's not the same, right? So anyway, I didn't want to be too graphic, but, I'm trying to tell it to y'all as black and white as possible. For those of you who've taken anatomy and physiology, even, y'all, they had to tell you, learn the bones and stuff, right? This here, pelvis bone fuse and all that good stuff. All right, so let me see y'all over here chatting it up. Let me catch up before I get too far behind. Superstar Graham said, some women are built funny like a square. That is true, but they will still have the curve in the back and the tilted pelvis. I know what you mean. Like some people have, but there's still going to be curves in there. Still curves, right? Some women are more curvaceous. However, the design of the skeleton is still going to have the hips below and, the elbows meeting in the waist. So that's another little thing you can do too, because those arms will be extremely long on an XY chromosome, right? So it's just certain, body parts, but the back and the pelvis area is, there's no changing that. Like I said, like you're correct, Supergram, some women are built funny, but there's still things that are particular to women only, just like there are things that are particular to men only. We have, and we prove that by the theory of when they find bones, skeletal remains, they can even tell the not only the gender, but actually the nationality of the person, the race of the person, by the skull. So, hey, Madeline. Hey, Natural Beauty and Beauties. All right, we got the roses going too. Welcome back. All right. Thank you so much for coming back. M. Max says, watch how they talk to Black transgender men frequently call real Black men boy. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, because boy is a prison term for gay men in prison. They call them boys, right? I know that because I've been vegging out. I used to anyway, veg out on these prison channels and stuff, just to hear and see what's going on in there. And in some prisons they call them they call them boys, right? Wow. Very deep. Thank you for bringing that out, M. Mac. Appreciate it. The red lipstick hustler Lily says, "Thank you, Ty, as for those roses, huh? I know. Yep, just loving up the chat. No sound. Uh-oh. Let's see. Superstar Graham says, I don't have big cheeks, but I was blessed with big jugs." Yeah, that's but it's still all good for a woman, right? There's no, we got the curves, we got the juice, baby. I can't fake that. You can't get it, you can't have it added on. It is what it is. Talib said men are visual beings. Yeah, so you better make sure that you be more tactile too. And because you can get you can get tricked by if you're just going on these visual things, because sometimes y'all be just looking at the size of the booty and not where the hips is located, right? So like I said, take that back too. Check the back and take a step back and see. Also the gait, the walk, right? We walk differently because of the muscles, right? Like women, the hamstring muscle is bigger. It's just we're built differently. We're built differently, and our gait is different. Women, that's why we kind of walk with a sway. It's not like we're trying to switch. It's just that's just how it has to be because of this this pelvis bone that has to be wide, and so that's why that's done, and that's why the transgender people could practice it as much as y'all can, and y'all have your own special way to do it, but it will never be the real deal because of the pelvis bone. Y'all pelvis is not equipped to be able to roll like that. Sorry. Let me stop so nobody be upset with me. But hey, you got to just accept who you are. You know what I mean? Like I can't change me. I can't change the fact that I'm brown skinned Black woman with curly hair, right? I got to accept me for me. And I can't change the fact that I was I was an XX chromosome, so that give me different parts than you with the XY. So that's just how it is. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's just what it is. Accept. All right. Ty Lieber says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Yes, sharing is very important. Sharing is caring, right? So we can, get the people over here. We're talking about the truth, and we're just, putting science out there, right? We're not doing anything other than that. All right. Hey. And see. Superstar Graham said, ask for baby pictures. But I'm laughing, but that's true though. I mean, like now you gotta let me see what you was looking like in the second grade, huh? Right, because and then for us to believe that it's not possible that this could take place when we have, shows like I Am Jazz. I'm sure y'all may have heard about this and stuff like that. Like it's not uncommon. Like they've been, this has been happening since forever, right? This is just what's been going down. This is how it is. So we just need to be aware of it and stuff like that too. And then that was really a message for people, to not do that, because you can end up being checked out of here if you trigger somebody's outrage for being lied to like that, right? I mean, that's like the ultimate betrayal, because although the people were having this delusional thinking by saying that, they're in the wrong body or something like that, even in the animal world, okay, like I've been telling y'all, I got my little puppy dog who's about 6 months old, going on 7 months. It's a pit bull puppy, right? So he's a puppy, but he's big, right? And dogs, they have a nature and all that stuff. And this is a male pit bull puppy. And there's a certain nature that happens with dogs, right? They just do a certain nature. There happens to be some dogs in the back of my house. There's some people, and they have a girl dog and a boy dog. And their dogs had come under the fence into my yard, right? And one of their dogs was a female dog. And I guess there's some type of a scent or some type of something that the female dog puts out that it drives all of the male dogs crazy. Like they will do, when she comes out, they're all barking and carrying on. And, even my little puppy, he just tailed his wagging and his face, he's just lit up to get to this female dog. So the male dog, I guess he's smelling something too. So now he's aroused. He's like, I'm about to get somebody. So he tried to hump my boy puppy. And just the instinct of the puppy alone, even though he was aroused trying to get something too, he knew that he wasn't supposed to be mounted by this male dog. And in his little puppiness, and like I said, this other pit bull was super huge. He was still ready to scrap for his. He was about to go down. He was about to go down for the fight. He was not allowing that dog to take his backs like that. So that's what I'm saying. So y'all doing this here, lying and concealing and all that kind of stuff. Even, that's not fair, because that true man and his instinct, he would not have done that if you didn't trick or fool him. So this is a public service announcement to any of those people that do that. Y'all heard that you rolling the dice with your life. You're rolling the dice with your life. So anyway, hopefully, Superstar Graham say, ask for the baby picture. Show me the proof. Madeline says, hey, at Rebel Man. All right. And the Red Lipstick Hustler, Lily says, they changed birth certificates and license. Some use fake baby pics. They get BBLs. Wow. Okay. So wow. And that goes with what Philip Scott was saying, that with nowadays with the surgeries and stuff, that you have real women actually, getting, these surgeries to look a certain way, and it's confusing, right? It's confusing. That's why I was just saying to think about y'all's instinct, right? Like I said, my little puppy dog was like, hey, what he knew he wasn't supposed to get, you ain't supposed to be trying to mount me, right? And that, a dog will fight to the death before he'll allow another dog to take his backs, right? That's just how it is. That's instinct. And that's sad that people will go through such measures to fool you and trick you, right? And then expect you to be okay with it. And those are narcissistic moves again. So that's why we always tie all these things back together. It says, yes, Ty Lieber, laugh out loud. All right, we got some superstar stuff up in there. Everybody is being kind and gentle in the chat. Superstar Graham said, men also have broad shoulders. Yeah, like I was saying, this here, clavicle bone is longer because you can tell by the shoulders, it will extend more out. See how my arms like kind of just they drop right there out of the shoulders? It's not extended. And I wish I had a big skeleton so I could show y'all, but I'll probably one day look up the skeleton so we can just look at it and see, right? And but they'll say that there's some women with broad shoulders, but just look at the shoulder like here, right? You can't fake this, right? See how my arm just kind of drops right down from my shoulder. And check the gait. Watch how they're walking, right? Like I said, women, we all have to kind of swing our arms a little bit because we don't have, the extension of our shoulders. So to keep our balance and stuff like that. That's why, that's why we have to walk a special way. We're not doing it on purpose. It's just how it is because we ladies. We ladies for real. Anyway, let me stop here. All right. Superstar Graham says some women have big shoulders too. Yeah, they'll have that pear shape, right? Yeah. But you could still, there's still something, about it that, like I said, the puppy, I'm seeing how, men are really driven with this instinct, and maybe sometimes the sexual liberation of a transgendered woman is like something that they think like, oh, I desire this person that's free and giving up all these, stuff. And then, so yeah. Hi, Ty Lever. All righty. Okay. All right, we're giving out some more roses and stuff up in here. Rebel Man says, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Y'all, thank you so much. And thank you so much. I got a few more here to get caught up, and then we're going to finish out the rest of this video here. We're almost done. We're coming in for a landing, y'all. We are coming in for a landing. But I just thought this was extremely relevant. Like I said, there's other videos. I'm going to show y'all a video from O'Shea Jackson, who and then the lead attorney. Is all tied in together. Like I said, these little nuggets have just been popping out through the day, and so I'm just adding them on there to tie in the point, to help go tie in what we've been talking about for the last few days. Hey, Beverly Foster said, I saw on Nip Tuck TV show, the man knew it was a fabricated vagina because the walls were smooth. Wow. See, like, these are just doctors. They don't know. They didn't design no bodies, our designer, you can't replicate that. And then, like I said, it's not even going to be the right amount of space. So it's not going to feel the same. You might as well get you a blow up doll and probably have better, better sensation with that. But that's why, because, it wasn't designed to be able to, wasn't designed to be penetrated. It wasn't. You don't have a wide pubic arch, right? So what's in design? And so that's a good point there. Beverly Foster, I sure thank you for bringing that up there. See, so y'all can see that not just making it, this is science. This here is facts. This is just, it is what it is. Superstar Graham said, calves and hands are a big giveaway too. Calves and hands. Yeah, probably too, because like I said, women, we just have curves, right? We just everything naturally curvy, and the calf muscle probably would be a good indicator too. But again, like I said, there could be women that really work out and, get, build up their calves or something like that. But the back is always going to change. Even a woman who may work out and get a muscular back is still going to have the curves. Like you can't, and they're going to have an arch in the back and a tilted pelvis, right? A good way to tell is that even like a young woman who hasn't had any children, so she'll have a flat abdomen, it'll still have like a little curve to it. But a transgendered woman, it's going to have it totally flat because they have flat pelvis. And that's another way to tell too. If that, right, that a low abdomen is not kind of pooched out. Yep. Can't fake that either, right? Can't fake it. It's just certain things that it is. But yes, those are some clues there. I would be suspicious of those hands and calves. But concrete way, check that back. Ty Lieber said, I have broad shoulders, but can do a mean backstroke in the pool. I love me some meat. Yes. Cool. All right. Hey, John Q. Good evening, Miss Natural Beauty. Good evening. Thank you so much. John Q was over here a few nights ago, and like I said, y'all heard me talking about we know the difference between the autopsy and the death report, death certificate. This man really broke it down. He came up and really broke it down with facts for real. How we were being misled, and the media was actually putting the word salad out there by announcing an autopsy and then stating a death certificate. They were doing a lot of little switcheroo stuff, little smoke and mirrors there. The red lipstick hustler Lily says, I worked on a TV show with someone that I thought was a man for 4 years, and one day that person came to my book signing and told me she's trans man. He was once a woman. I could not believe it. Wow. Like I said, a lot of times, people present so all kind of ways. Like people could take the hormone